Good morning, everyone. My name is Kuang Fei Peng. Today, I'd like to talk a topic. The topic name is developing a welding procedure for joints to dissimilar metals. Now, I'd like to introduce my contents. The first one is importance of research. The second one is research question, and the third one is previous research, and so on. Now I'd like to talk about the importance of research. Welding technology is widely used in many industries such as petroleum, nuclear engineering, and so on. Dissimilar welding plays an important role in this industrial field due to its high economic efficiency and excellent properties of two different metals, such as high temperature resistance and corrosion resistant. At the same time, DMW technology is also used for the welding of high temperature furnaces. However, the requirements for dissimilar welding are very high in high temperature and high pressure environments. Therefore, it is very significant to adopt the proper welding technologies and select the correct welding ensemble to ensure the welding quality of the high temperature furnace. Now, I'd like to talk about the research question: how to improve the life of dissimilar welding joints. There are three factors affect the welding quality of authentic and ferrite steels. These factors are authentic carbon migration and residue stress in the welded joints. How to solve this problem and improve the life of the welding joints is considered. One of the useful method is to choose a suitable ensemble, which can solve this problem at the same time. Now I'd like to talk about previous research. Previous research shows that authentic ensemble with low transformation temperature could improve the residue stress of authentic and ferrite joints. This is because the strings related to the transformation pay compensation for thermal contraction strings during cooling. However, sacrificing other properties of the metals for the reduction of the residue stress of the weld is not a feasible method. After comparison, this use of Inconel A2 buttering layer, the residue stress is reduced ferritic steel HAZ, which also reduces the residue stress as a weld of authentic and ferrite stainless steel. Besides, the expansion coefficient of Inconel A2 is precisely between the expansion coefficients of the authentic and ferrite stainless steel. Another study shows that the iron-nickel alloy welding ensemble is used for the medium butter layer of ferritic steel to qualitatively analyze the number of butter layers and optimize the quality of the butter layer by using a GTAW process. Driving force for carbon diffusion is related to the amount of chromium in the weld material, but there is no chromium in the alloy. Therefore, a butter layer made of iron-nickel alloy can effectively control carbon migration. However, the use of this alloy as welding material will produce wider and thicker authentic in the fusion boundary. Another study shows that 609L and IN625 welding consumables are used welding authentic and ferritic steel, and observed the thick of martensic in the ferric steel. The thickness of the martensic is related to the element concentration gradient in the partly mixed PMZ, and the MS temperature PMAZ has a concentration gradient due to the changes in the main alloy elements iron. Between the nickel content of the weld increase and the iron content decrease when the IN625 filter metal is used for welding. Therefore, the weld gradient is steeper. IN625 process thinner martensic. Therefore, nickel-based alloy is the most suitable welding material, but I still want to verify it by myself. Now I'd like to talk about the research design. Firstly, XRD technique was used to measure the residual stress of the joints made of different welding materials. However, the sensitivity of the XRD is poor. Therefore, the G angle of the ferritic and the stainless steel should be adjusted. Secondly, the thickness of the martensic in weld joints made of different welding consumable was measured. Different voltages, currents, and welding speeds should be used for more convincing results. Using EPMA analyze the situation of carbon migration. The different experiment methods are used to test different welding material ability, which can solve the factors affecting the welding joints. After comparison, welding materials is more suitable for authentic and ferritic welding. Lastly, I want to talk about the advantage and disadvantage of the design. The advantage for this design is the sample is enough. The second advantage is help to save cost. The disadvantage is that environment impacts are not considered. Last, this is my reference list. Thank you very much.